just finished from Luton Magistrates Court. This is my second coffee. Not good. I did stay up until late last night because I had a meeting until like 10:30 at night, and then I had to prepare for 2 cases today, and I had to wake up early so I can get to the court. So I really needed 2 coffees to kind of keep myself awake. So now I am in St Pancras and heading to Chambers. And I love St Pancras because there are people playing the piano. So let's see who's going to be performing today. Hello, I just met Kim right in St Pancras, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, right.
She's from Korea. It is nearly 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm ready to have some breakfast, got ready, and I'm gonna go to the court. It's not that early, so it's good that I didn't have to wake up around 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm still a bit sleepy. I would like to sleep a bit more, so I'm gonna have a very good breakfast because I don't know when it's gonna be the next occasion I'm gonna be able to eat. Because once you get to the court, you just don't know how things would turn out. So I always take some snacks with me, and around lunchtime, if things are not looking that good, then an espresso will be in demand. Good breakfast. I'm going to be having yogurt with chia seeds and berries. One thing that I would like to share with you is that the barrister that I'm going to be with today, he's the head of Chambers. And he's the most inspiring barrister, the most inspiring lawyer that I have ever met. He's so humble, so down to earth, and he is a true leader when it comes into not just leading the case, but the other fellow barristers as well. So he has this ability to convince the judge, but the juries as well. And it's always a pleasure to be working with people that you got to learn from them. And it's very important to kind of sit there and watch them and understand. And of course it is way much better if you're able to get your hands dirty and kind of get to do the actual work with them. So I'm going to show to you what I've got for breakfast. So I prepared it last night. It may not look the best, it may not win the best plate ever when it comes to decoration. So this is it. And I'm gonna top it up with some pecans, which I'm trying to kind of break with my hands. And it's so filling because the chia seeds have been they've been soaking with the liquid from the yogurt, and they're plumped up beautifully. They're meant to be very healthy, and they're meant to have a lot of health properties, such as, for example, omega-3, if I'm not mistaken. So. Good breakfast. I'm ready here to have it, and then I'm ready to go. Yeah, ready to go. I am making chocolate chip cookies, and I found the recipe from one of the foodie Instagrammers, and I thought to give it a try. Now, I did post some time ago on Instagram about ideas that you would like to see on my YouTube channel. And a very dear friend of mine, I do know her from ELSA, European Lawyer Student Association, she said to me, why don't you do something about alternative legal careers? And I went now to buy the groceries, like the ingredients I need for the chocolate chip cookies, and I realized to myself, okay, I do have an idea. Carry on watching and I will tell you how chocolate chip cookies are related to a legal career. Okay, now what I would do, I've got the recipe here on my phone, and let me get the picture. And what it says, we need 1 cup of butter then we need 1 cup of butter and some sugar, and let me get you, so it's 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of light brown sugar, and half a cup of granulated white sugar. So I will do that, and I will start blending and creating like the base of the chocolate chip cookie. I did put the 2 sugars and the butter, and I'll show you. There you are. So what I would do now, I would just start mixing. Now, if we do think, oh, there I am. If we do think that the sugars, which is the sweetness of it, and it gives that, you know, the cookie is really made from its sweetness that is provided from the sugar, I would think that the sugar, it is dedication. And the butter, because the butter is the one, it's the fat that is going to blend it and make it like one thing, I would say it's passion. So these 2 very important ingredients in order to create something tasty and to kind of have the foundation, and that is dedication and passion. And the end result of the butter and sugars, dedication and passion, we got this. I'm getting to a point. Carry on watching those cookies, that they are cookies related to alternative legal careers. I'm not crazy yet, but I'm making a point. And blended it in, and that's what it looks like it. Now for the eggs, this is where we come to the decision. So the eggs is a decision. Do you know why? Because you need to decide that because you're dedicated to what you want to do, and you also have the passion, you need to make the decision that now you want to study law. And that is really what gives it it kind of conceals and makes your foundation the right foundation to move on. So let's carry on with these very interesting cookies that they are related to law. Now we got our sugars, we got our butter that we blended really nicely, really well. That means we put a lot of work into it, like life itself requires a lot of work. We got the 2 eggs. The eggs is the decision. And in order to get to the step where you decide something, there's all that hard work, all that beating that we've done now. That is life. It's all about beating and getting yourself out there, yeah? Let's carry on. And dry ingredients were the flour, cornstarch, salt, baking and baking soda. The dry ingredients is the fact that you need to be humble throughout your journey when you decide to follow a law career. And when I say follow a law career, it means any career that is related to law. I will get into what options are because that's the stage after. But the flower, it's the glue that sticks everything together, and that means visualization. You need to be able to visualize yourself where you would like to be. Then you have the rising ingredient, that is the baking soda. And that means you need to give time to yourself, the space and the time to rise yourself above. You know, like give that. That's what elevates you as a human being. The salt enhances all the flavor. The saltiness in our life, it's the ability to enjoy life itself. You may be thinking, how is it possible a law career to be related to everything that you say? It does, indeed it does, because if you do not have the right foundation, the core inside you, you will not be able to be a right professional. And I can say that because myself as a lawyer, it does require a lot from your insights, a lot of dedication, a lot of effort to do what you do. And if you're not well, if you won't be able to pour from an empty cup, if you know what I mean. When you're trying to assist people in all those aspects, then you need to be fulfilled inside you. Now, I made sure that I combine everything really well, and I will show you in the meantime. And now I'm going to go to the next stage, which is the most amazing stage. We incorporated both of our wet and the dry ingredients, and as I explained and correlated each and every stage of it, I did add the chocolate chips and the walnuts. So from cookie to cookie, what it differs really, it's the last stage, which means is the chocolate and the walnuts. You could have included orange zest, you could have put white chocolate chips, you could have had semi-sweet chocolate chips, you could have had raisins, you could have had dried fruits, you could have had anything you wanted to. And what I'm trying to say is that the batter is your foundation. So if you have a law degree, from there on, what kind of lawyer you decide to be, it depends on the what extras you're going to include. So at this stage, I would like to, you know, I got my apron, I'm talking about legal careers, but that's the fun part of it. It's more like informal way of talking to you. The alternatives that you have, first of all, is to be a practicing lawyer. A practicing lawyer is what we call advocacy. It's to be at the court itself, appear at the court. It means that you're going to be doing trials, first appearances. You're going to be examining, cross-examining your witnesses, witness handling. That is to appear at the court. That means you're practicing law itself. Now, in what area of law you decide to do that, that's completely upon you. I like chocolate chip and walnuts. You may, and that means therefore, I could say that for me, it's about criminal law, international criminal law, and human rights. But you may not like chocolate and the walnuts. You may want the white chocolate chip. That means you may decide to do property law. So therefore, that's why I said initially that it is important to make a decision. It is important that your foundation is right to be able to decide what you want. Because if you got a right mindset, you will be able to decide what you're passionate about. And with the right way, you will be really good in what you do, and you'll be a successful legal professional. Therefore, we have firstly the practicing law. Secondly, you could be an in-house lawyer. That means that you're going to belong into a corporation, into a company, and you're going to be doing the legal work. For example, Nestlé, Ferrero Rocher, Rolls-Royce, all these big companies, then it's in-house lawyers, lawyers that they belong into the family of the company to be able to help them with the legal process. Sometimes in-house lawyers, there are restrictions and they may vary from country to country. So I do know some in-house lawyers in the UK that they may have been solicitors. I know some of them they have been counsels, which means barristers, and but they're not able to go to the court themselves. So they kind of have to decide the way they do it. I don't know if there's a restriction for that. But I know because of the lifestyle of each and every every profession, whether you're a barrister, counsel, whether you're an in-house lawyer, it may not allow for both of being an in-house and a counsel at the same time to be appropriate. So you've got the practicing lawyer, you have the in-house lawyer. You may actually be an entrepreneur yourself. You may be a businessman yourself, which entails so many challenges within it, and you can be dealing with the legal aspect of it. So that's another way, and I did meet people that they do that, and it gives you the benefit of understanding how you can set up a business yourself, the background work, which is very important. For example, if you just want to open a shop yourself, there's so much involved into it. You need your contracts, you need incorporation of your company, then you need to recruit people, then employment issues, and then you need your licenses, etc. So there's so much things involved into it. You could be an academic, you can belong in the academia family. Amazing, you could be an amazing professor, you could be doing research about anything, absolutely anything. So you can be an academic. You could also be a person that you're collecting bars. I did once find a person that all he did was collecting bars in different parts of the world. I don't know why, I can't understand the reason, but it was interesting to know about it. Or you may actually decide that law, it's a beautiful background to have, but you may decide that you want a complete switch of careers. That means you could end up, I don't know, doing chemistry, doing history, you could become a travel vlogger, whatever that means, but you wanted the background story of law, which is truly fascinating, even from a historical aspect. Law has so much to teach us, because it is the interpretation of how the system works in every country. That is it. Now, let me show you how it looks like. So this is the batter. Look at it. It's gorgeous. And what I would do, I would create small dough balls, and I will put it in the fridge. So that's what I'm going to do. see, I did not have any tray. I got lost. I had a tray like was really nice to make cookies on, and so what I did, I used this one that is it's got some depth into it, and I reversed it. And the way I can relate this into life and really, you know, the life of a lawyer is that use what you have, and when you use what you have, you will be fascinated by the opportunities you may, you may be revealed upon you. So use what you have and create the opportunities, such as making a very beautiful tray of cookies now in the oven. Now I have to. Okay, the cookies are in the oven. Very good. I don't know, development of my Saturday afternoon. However, on Monday I have a trial. I have to appear before the Crown Court as well, and I got loads of attendance notes to prepare. I think it's 5 attendance notes, so I need to make sure that I go through the case. Of each case and kind of make sure that I've got everything documented. So meanwhile things are happening in the court or before, make sure that I type it on my laptop so I don't miss anything. It's just a matter of just kind of taking everything and putting it into correct format so solicitors can trace exactly what happened at court day. So I have 5 attendance notes to prepare, and that was from Friday, and then I have 2 trials, one on Thursday and one on Monday. And that has to do, that's going to require some preparation, and also I want to order some books, so hopefully if I order them now, Amazon next day delivery, if they're available on Amazon. Okay, let's see. I will show you once the cookies are ready, yeah?